So I just wanted to say a few thank yous myself. For all of those that are here tonight for our gala, some of you haven't been joining us for all the events that have happened at this conference. And as AJ put it, we have been at the forefront, and this conference started on Wednesday. We had a few cancellations because of the weather, but we were very proud to have 2 research training programs, one funded by PCORI, Patient-Centered Outcomes Research Institute, and one funded by NIH. These research programs are very, very important because we are taking senior faculty to be able to mentor junior faculty on the importance of research about our communities. And we're involved in a very, very important program called All of Us Research Program that for the next 10 years will be recruiting 1 million Americans to be giving their own blood samples and surveys about where they live and the stress they have dealt with, so that this country can have an open access data, so that the young researchers of the future will be able to have more data on more Americans, and by 2042, 1 out of 4 Americans are going to be Hispanic. So it's up to us to find the Hispanic researchers to be able to get involved in the research of the future. We also had a very special summit, Medical Spanish Summit. You know, we've done 3 summits funded by the Josiah Macy Jr. Foundation. The first one was to look at Title VII and the diversity programs of medical education for healthcare reform back in 2007 and 2008. The second summit was on the STEM programs of President Obama's STEM initiative, where he said we should get all the money from STEM, from the Department of Energy, from NASA, from NIH, from the Department of Education, from the White House, and put it all together and stop replicating. But one of the major goals was to find underrepresented groups to get involved in STEM, which is math and science. Our summit resulted in legislative efforts to change the Higher Education Act in this country to have more STEM-funded Hispanic-serving institutions, which are community colleges and state schools, to be able to have pathways to medical school and pathways to terminal degrees. So this summit, the 3rd summit that we've done, again, the Josiah Macy Jr. Foundation funds medical education topics that make a difference for underserved. This one was on developing the protocol and the principles for medical Spanish curriculum and medical education. And we think it's about time. I'm actually on an advisory committee for a medical school that's going to be the first bilingual medical school in the country. And we think it's about time. And I really want to recognize Pilar, are you here? Pilar Ortega from University of Illinois. I know she's here. She's helped us bring that to our attention. And then the other thing we've done this last few days is we went to Capitol Hill, and I want to thank all of the 100 or so doctors and students and residents that went to Capitol Hill and talked about the importance of access and prevention, and especially DACA, and why wasn't DACA and immigration in our budget that was just signed by our president. And that we need more Hispanic programs for our medical students and doctors. So we have done a lot. And we've had a lot of interesting conversations, from disaster relief to fundraising with the deans of the medical schools of Puerto Rico. We raised over $6,000 on Friday night. I want to thank everybody for doing that. We also had Congressman Raul Reese with us, listening to ideas for more ideas on not only medical education, but graduate medical education and residencies. And we also heard how international medical graduates need special funding to help them become our Spanish-speaking doctors in this country, because we don't have enough. And we are working to develop international medical graduates as part of our program in our pipeline programs. And then lastly, I'll just say thank you to everybody that's been here. And this award ceremony is very important, but it's important that you're all here to witness it. And we welcome you to join NHMA, to become a member of NHMA, and to bring your friends to the next conference. And every year we try to build it. So thank you very much.